often get, say we're an action MMO, or people say we're this or we're that. We took this great combat model from action games because it pays off on the superhero experience, and we put it together with all the great online features that MMORPGs have, with the community and the progression and being able to feel that sense of accomplishment that you have as you're leveling up your character, and that public space where you just see other people trying to achieve these same goals that you can team up with or thwart. All over the place, the game has gotten a lot better art-wise and everything, but on the combat front, it's really progressed in terms of the amount of combos and the sort of accessibility that the player has when they're playing the game. We really stick to just using that square button or that left mouse, and by tapping and holding, you're getting various combos with the weapon that you have in your hand. And that weapon, those combos change, those tactics change depending on if you're using like a big two-handed weapon, or maybe some just your fists or your eyeballs or a bow or whatever sort of weapon you've chosen to use. It changes the combos that you have, and it's very fast, very visceral, accessible. It uses physics a lot, with a lot of impulses and things like that. You're knocking people up in the air, following them up there, juggling them, slamming them back down to the ground, and then if you're using a different weapon, it's a totally different combo. You might be doing that from range with a bow or something like that. And you combine that with your superpowers like gadgets or sorcery or ice or fire or something like that, and your movement mode, super speed, flight, acrobatics, and those three choices between the weapons and those really bring out a lot of options for people to create these amazing characters. And you'll go through a really cool character create where you have your little own origin story too, that ties into your character coming into the DC universe. And our character create allows you to do one of two things. You can do a custom create, which lets you go in and noodle all the variables you want to right out of the bat, so you can make something totally unique if you already know what you want. But we also have what we call a inspired by option. So you can click that and it lists all of the main heroes and villains that we have in the game. And if you want to make a character that's like Batman, because you're familiar with that, you just click the Batman inspired by, and we fill in all the options for you. And then from there, if you want to change one or two things, or just leave it as is, you can leave it. But if you want to change one thing, cool, I want to be Batman, but instead of acrobatics, I want him to fly. Great, just change the movement mode to flight, and you're good to go. Depending on your style of play, you can certainly solo up throughout the game. There's going to be things that you need to do that are greater challenges that require you to group up with people, but none of those things are gates. Okay, so we're not requiring that at level 10 you need to find a group in order to surpass this obstacle and then advance to the next level. Right now we are actually at the office. People can play on the PS3 and the PC on the same servers. Technically it's totally possible, and we've designed the game all along hoping that would be a reality. We made sure that there was no real advantage for mouse keyboard over a controller like there would be maybe in a shooter or something like that. Our combat, our targeting system, and our cameras really go into enhancing the superhero experience, and we've made sure that players can switch on the fly or play with either one, and it's balanced. It's more of a business model question on whether or not we will be able to have them on the same servers, or somebody that has bought it on the PS3 can play their account on a PC. That's really a business question, a business model question that is being handled right now. They're talking about it, but I have no answer for you on what the final decision will be on that. Great stories, great combat, high action, physics, high octane, people picking up buses and throwing them down the street. That's the kind of thing that we want to be remembered for, that realization of this world that has been just thriving for 70 years in people's imaginations, to make it a reality. DC Universe is coming to the PC and the PS3 in November of this year, 2010, and we can't wait to get it in everybody's hands. It's gonna be awesome.